Did you hear about like the Mets refusing, like, so Chase Utley, for people that don't know, is the MLB ambassador of London. So it's his job to help all the other teams that are playing there, if they need help with reservations, anything. Nobody from the Mets reached out to him.
No, because they hate him.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
I'm here at your disposal, guys, and we're like,
right on brand. Like, can't even ask them, like, yo, where should we eat? Where can we get some good bangers and mash?
Oh man, I bet you can't wait for your bangers and mash.
Yo, also there's a few things we're doing with all different fan bases. Cut is gonna be sponsoring it. There's a lot of fun things that are gonna go on while I'm in London. But one of the things is this diner that's going viral on social media. It's called the Karens, and it's literally right next to our hotel room, and it's kind of like one of those like themed restaurants, but all the waitresses and staff are Karens.
No way.
So they're just mean to you. Like, literally, the logo has a middle finger.
Why hasn't that been? I mean, I guess it was thought of. I mean, there's a few here where the waiters or waitresses are just rude, but I think the Karens is fantastic.
Yeah, and then like I asked, I was like, "Oh, are children allowed?" And they're like, "Of course the F they are." Like, but they don't like culturally like think of it as a bad, like, yeah, the kid can't curse, but they curse in front of the kids. Like, so I'm like, all right, like we'll consider that. But yeah, I think we're gonna go.
This is your first time in London?
Mine, yes. I've been to Germany, been to Austria, been to Spain. I've been around the world, but not London or France, and that's where we're going.
Brag about it, bro.
And likewise.
Hold on. So has your wife been to London?
Yes, she dated a guy in Scotland, and they would.
That's right. Yeah.
Also, her parents, when she was like in 6th, 7th grade, like let her go for a whole year to London. So she actually was. Yeah,
what?
I feel like that's too young, right? Yeah,
for a whole year.
She was definitely way too young. Yeah,
like boarding school type
kind of
situation.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Absolutely.
Why did I not know this about your wife?
I don't know. Yeah.
Probably because I don't listen when she talks. To be honest with you. Oh my God! So when's the game? You get in on what, Friday?
Yeah, so we get in on Friday, and then it's about a week till the game. We're going to Paris, Disney, because that's what theme park enthusiasts like ourselves do.
That's right.
Peyton's pretty jacked up about it. They got a bunch of different.
They
have like an Iron Man roller coaster. I'm excited for that.
At the Disney Paris,
the Disney Paris
situation.
Yeah.
You're hitting up Paris about 2 months before everybody in the entire world hits up Paris, man.
Right,
so you're good for you, or I guess I should say a little more than a month. But that should be a good trip. Yeah. Hopefully the Mets win, man. They're not doing too good.
Yeah, I wouldn't put my money on it. I probably will put my money on it, but yeah, man, there's nothing. Finding new ways to lose like this, we're like, this team just can't win. Like, it's like, this team doesn't know how to lose. Like, this team doesn't know how to win. Like, they're just like, we're not gonna do it. Like,
I want to know how the dancers are feeling at this point.
I blame the dancers.
They're really rallying. Is there really a big push for Stevie to sell the team? I've seen it all over the internet. Is it more said in jest, or is that like from a Met perspective?
No, the majority of the fan base, like, I called it from the beginning. I'm not bragging, but I just felt like we did not invest in this season, and we could pretend we're shocked. But I looked at this team, I looked at this lineup, I looked at, more importantly, the starting rotation. I was like, there's no way we're going to compete. Not in this division. Maybe if we're Central or something like that, maybe you could argue that they would have a shot. But no, I mean, all of the NL is pretty much trash outside of the Phillies. If you look at the records, there's not that many great teams. Dodgers, and Phillies, you would say.
So you're right. I mean, if you're looking at the National League at this point, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that have more than 30 wins. Right. Everybody else is, mid to high 20s, unless you're the Rockies or the Marlins, then you're a little bit lower. But yeah, I mean, compared to the AL, I mean, you got.
Forget it.
3, 4, about the same. Believe it or not. Yeah, yeah. The AL West is kind of lagging behind a little bit, but no, man. I feel like I don't know. It can't be ownership, right? You've never had an owner that's seemingly been more invested in a team and their success. So is it like were the right people? Wrong people in the front office? Like, what is he doing wrong with his personnel? Because I feel like it's been a long time since you've had, or ever since you've had an owner that's been in every game, this invested, not afraid to throw money around. And now it's like, Jesus, you're tanking before June.
It's attractiveness, right? So like nobody wants to play for the Mets. They want to use Met ownership to up their salaries, and that includes GMs. That includes like, look, like we're on the 1 year of a new GM, so of course he was going to burn it down. It's not his,
Right.
You know. You saw, you know, everybody pretty much get canned, you know, and it just. Yeah, so I knew it was going to be a step back. They kept saying, like, we're not in a rebuild, we're in a reset. And I was just like, that's such a
dumb.
But it's so hard to throw away years. You can't throw a year away. Like, it doesn't, you know, the Sixers would trust the process. Like, when you try to outthink the system ends up, you know, you end up falling behind because other teams are also trying to reset and rebuild while they're competing. So I think that was stressful. I think the Scherzer, the Verlander deals, like they're all very quick because we lost somebody. You know, so there was so much other things that didn't go the Mets' way, and it's still like the press. You know, Max finding out we're not going. We're sellers. He wants to be traded. Then, you know, all this drama, dude. But again, I think it comes down to the facts. Like, people use Cohen's money, like they call it the Cohen tax, to get paid from other teams and leave and not be in New York.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much Moneyball in a nutshell. You know what I mean? It's just who's going to pay and get out of here. And now it's, instead of over in Oakland or wherever the hell they are now, it's
God.
Queens.
Yeah.
I do like.